All right. It's Jared here from Crypto Plan. And wow, that was the most watched video that I put out yesterday. And by no means am I putting out videos on XRP because I think it's the hottest topic at the moment. I just really want to give an honest opinion from things that I'm learning along this journey. Very new to the game myself, but when I see something new, I want to put it out. And by no means did I try and target a particular trending product, but you can see quite clearly in the comments that it is a hot topic for people. You know, people are selling long-term bags, people are buying in at these amazing lows, people are calling for zero like they always do. The FUD is real, people. And so I thought I'd just update again today on XRP and then do an overall review of the crypto market as I see it. And in particular, what's happening over in the Bitcoin miner space, which is some cool action there. But before I get into this video, and you can see I've got the XRP chart on the monthly chart, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already yet, and click that notification bell if you do want to see more of this content and have it notified to your inbox. All right, so we are seeing that today. Things got a little bit scary again, but this pink line here held, this 17 cents held. So this long term, you know, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the last 12 months, this 17 cent has been a solid line of support. Even touched it there back in December 19, back over here in November 17, and all the way along. It had dipped below back in this consolidation period in the second, you know, in between the first and the second alt season in 2017. So 17 cents was the key support level that we wanted to see held. I think it just dipped below it, did it? So it got down to 16.8. So if some people got that bottom again, well done. I did add a little bit to my bag at maybe around the 20 cent mark. Just because I saw it low and I thought, you know, why not? My cost basis being about 25 cents for transparency. Anything under that I think is a bargain. So we've held anyway. And if you can see here, our volume defined base, the real spike in volume there, our solid volume on the monthly is 20 cents and we're above that. So we've just got this next level of 24 cents to clear, and then this 30 cent or 30.5 cent level. So got two more kind of steps up to hopefully close that month in 2 days above that, but ideally at least above this green trend line. So if we can close the month above 25 cents, I would feel confident that things are on track relative to where XRP has been. And you can see that it has been all the way up there and it's come all the way down here using this line as resistance and had a little turning point there from March onwards, gone pretty sideways and then turned the corner up here, overextended, and now is coming back to spend a bit more time around this trend line as support before it kind of takes off on its next move. What that will be, well, I've done other videos on that, but I'm thinking towards the $2, $2.50 mark on the next burst. But hey, we'll see what happens. I know people are going to say in the comments it's going to 0.5 cent, whatever. That's just my opinion. That's, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I think that that's going to happen. That's been my prediction, and I think that the more the squeeze comes down here, the higher the bounce next time. You know, you can see we went through 2 or 3 resistance levels there, and we've come back through those 2 or 3 resistance levels to then go up through all of them again. So it's just a monthly back test, a monthly retracement of a real definite breakout, and then we're onwards and upwards. And I think XRP being that hype coin at the moment where it's so loved and hated, it's natural that it does this, right? You know, like, and I keep comparing XRP to silver because silver is kind of like that to gold, where it's the ugly little brother or sister. Nobody really wants to kind of be associated with it, but yet it is the most volatile and the most money can be made. out of silver, and hence why I've got other videos about getting into silver right now and forming some positions in silver mining companies, because I do believe that they will pop like XRP. Anyway, that's XRP for you. If we just quickly go back to the daily, you can see we've just got to get above this green line again for me to feel confident that things aren't completely broken. I'm happy that we didn't go much past this 17-cent level, this pink line here, but we still had that downward trend line of 15 cent there to kind of bounce off as well, for that long-term downtrend as a back test. But once if we did have to close that gap, so be it, and then bounce on out of there. I just want to point something out there before we go into the Bitcoin miners, is that we're still seeing a lot of red in the altcoins. Bitcoin's pulling back. I think Bitcoin is, and I've said it, and I don't want to kind of keep calling it and whether I'm right or wrong, but I think that was it. That was the short-term top, that 28. Whether it does a head and shoulders or whether it just kind of goes sideways for a bit and then falls down and tests somewhere below 20k, I think it could go further because it did overextend by so much once again, so much hype coming into it, so much institutional kind of buy-in, so the overextension is real. But yeah, I think there is possibly a head and shoulder, so this might take a while to resolve, might be into January, but you never know. Stimulus checks might kind of create another little pump and another step up. But either way, I think it's due for a correction. A lot of people are saying it. I think it's due for a correction. You can see there, it got as low as 25 on a wick there. So there is some sellers in the game. Ethereum, super bullish, but same deal. Sellers are coming in. XRP, obviously, we all know the story. We've got 6% down for the day in Stellar. Cardano and VET are the only two on my watch list anyway that are bullish and that are leading the pack of the alts. Yeah, everyone loves Cardano at the moment. Dash is down, EOS is down, even Theta's down, which has been so super bullish for so long. Look at that, just parabolic, and then just a consolidation, just a bit of consolidation before it does the next leg up, I believe. ZRX, even Zilica, same deal, super parabolic. I think it's done like 400% this year or 500% this year, so it's due for a correction, like it's due for a consolidation at least. So BAT, Link, there's a lot of red around, and I think if you were to see XRP down at minus 30 today, where it was at one point, or minus 37 even at one point, and there wasn't a sea of red, you'd be like, oh, that's a bit weird. But I just think while everything is correcting and retracing in general, XRP is just over-correcting and over-retracing. So that's my opinion, that's my view. People will kind of disagree with me, I imagine, but that's where we're at on the general crypto market, and even our kind of lower market altcoins, which were kind of showing a bit of positivity even when the market was pulling back based on the SEC news, and in particular our peer coin, which kind of popped all the way up to, well, hundreds of percent in a day, has had a small retracement, and it's kind of correcting now. So everything seems like it's gearing up for something anyway. There is a lot of wicks. I see a lot of wicks all over the place. Wicks mean active volatility, and like even XRP, the fact that today alone, it has been in a range of 24 cents all the way down to 16 cents. So that's like nearly a 10-cent range, and like I said, over here when we were all dying for it to burst up and break out of this range, there was days where it didn't even move half a cent in a day. Like at most it moved a cent or two, but the range was kind of like 26 to 22, so it was a 4-cent range for like months on end. So to see this kind of these large candles every day, and buyers and sellers kind of having this massive tug of war, means something else. There's activity, there's volatility, there's liquidity in the market, which is good to see. It's definitely a signal of some bigger things to come, whether it's to zero or whether it's to 1 or 2 or 100, who knows? But some big things are going to happen in the altcoin market very shortly, methinks. Now, down to our Bitcoin miners. So for those of you that like the updates on Marathon Patent Group, you can see that we've had some really gappy action lately, with Bitcoin's rise. We've got big gaps there, busting through resistance levels, so we're above that August kind of pump. We're above this spike here of 6. We're above this spike here of 8. And we've just got this last one of the 27 there to kind of get up to. So I think after this next consolidation in MARA, and depending on what Bitcoin does, and it might pull back and test these gaps here, it might give us another buying opportunity down in the 7s. If we're lucky, but then it's going to bust on out of there, and it is going to head up into some brand new territory above $25. So the way I see it, RIOT and MARA are in the race to 25 now. Not as many gaps over here on RIOT, but we do have that kind of 11 gap there I can see potentially to be filled, but could just go sideways for a while, and then same deal if we look out in the past there, we've got a $6 pump there back in April, and then we've got these kind of like $10 levels which we've broken through. So the next obvious level of resistance is somewhere in this spike here, which was a very short-lived bubble. But the thing is, at the moment, it looks bubblish, but I think it's the first leg of the bubble. It's like the equivalent of this leg of the bubble. So a bit of a correction, and then heading towards and onwards out of the 25. And I think I want to see it get to 50. That would be a lovely thing to see RIOT get up into the 50s. I would be taking massive amounts off the table when it gets up to 50. Now, Argo blockchain. Now, this is the perfect evidence of what charts can do when they go into price discovery. And I've been saying this for a few days, is that Argo blockchain, London PLC, blockchain miner, the only London Stock Exchange listed Bitcoin miner, had some kind of initial price action over here back in August 18. So as far as I could see, this 1160, or this level here, was the resistance that had to be cleared. We cleared that, went a little bit sideways, kind of messed around for a couple of days, did some kind of decent step days, and then today, bang, you can see there, it just gapped up so from 19 pence up to 23 pence is the gap, but at the start of the day, it was up at the 40 pence mark. So basically from there, it went down and then kind of found its way back up to the top there. So super bullish, and you can just see once things get into price discovery, and this is what's going to happen with some of our altcoins like VeChain, is that once they hit price discovery, they will do these 100% days. We ended up 73% on the day for Argo blockchain, but at one point it was up 100%. So tomorrow, very interested to see what happens. Do we consolidate, or do we do another big day? Because what happens, and what I believe will happen, is that institutions start getting excited around here because they're like, breakout, definite breakout, we want to get in now, So I can imagine there was a lot of institutional buy-in today, and them claiming that large move of 50 to 100%, and trading that throughout the day. And you can see alone, 2/3 above average volume today. So we've got 36 million, whereas say this candle over here, big candle in the past, 14 million. So double the recent kind of volume in that chart there. So that is a super bullish one, and I believe you can buy that on OTC on the US stock markets now. So for those of you in America that want to get involved in Argo blockchain, and I think there's still definitely plenty of upside. I'm not sure what it's trading at, but I'm sure it's under $1 US, and you can just ride the journey. It's probably got 2 to 10x left in it, I believe. Anyway, I'm aiming for one pound, but thinking that £1.50 is not out of the question, depending on where Bitcoin goes, obviously, and their earnings reports. They've still got earnings, and they've got to prove themselves as profitable companies that aren't just spending all their money on new Bitcoin miners and then making enough money to buy more Bitcoin miners and then watching the algorithm get harder and then they never actually get into profit. But at the moment, I think if they play their cards right, they start showing some positive earnings, these things will go mega parabolic. And then Hive Blockchain, a good day, 16%. MicroStrategy, Square, a little bit red as well. So it's kind of telling me that the market knows that Bitcoin is due for that correction, or at least a consolidation. So that's where we're at. I don't really have much more to say. I just think that it is exciting in general that there is so much price action, that you see one day all these are green and everyone's happy, and then today they're all red and everyone's probably sad. So, and even then, since this video started, I think XRP's clawed back another couple of % there. So it's very exciting times in cryptocurrency, and we could all just be sitting here in a week going, thank feck that's over. Thank God all this price volatility is over, to the downside anyway, and that we're sitting on some rather inflated bags of cryptocurrencies and or Bitcoin miners, depending on what your flavor is. That's it for now. I'm not going to rabbit on anymore. Once again, well done if you've held through this and you haven't chased pumps and you haven't kind of broken away from your plan, your strategy. So well done to you. Give yourself a little pat in the back, and it won't take much longer for this altcoin market to resolve itself. I believe that once Bitcoin shows us a good, decent retracement, some of that money shifts over into the alts, we start triggering some of those breakouts, or those definite breakouts, or the second breakouts anyway. So yeah, that's it for now. Please subscribe, please like the video, and remember, this is not financial advice. This is just me on my computer having a look at the charts and sharing my thoughts and opinions on cryptocurrency and stocks and silver and gold and whatever else is going to make us some money, to give us a plan and give us a head start in life to go and do other things with what we want to do in life. So that's it for now. I'm Jared. I'm signing off. Bye for now.